What if the quietest place on earth was suddenly shattered by a noise so unthinkable it brought a nation to its knees? For over 200 years, Japan was a world unto itself. Under the rule of the Tokugawa Shogunate, the country was sealed off. A policy known as Sakoku, it was a time of immense peace, artistic flourishing, and rigid social order. Life was predictable, serene, silent. The shogun, the supreme military ruler, sat at the pinnacle of this silent world, his authority absolute, his realm tranquil. The loudest sound in the capital of Edo might have been a temple bell or the chatter of a busy market. The sea, which surrounded them, was not a highway for trade, but a wall protecting their unique way of life. Then, one summer day in 1853, the silence was broken, not by a storm, not by an earthquake, but by something far more alien. From the sea came a procession of massive, black ships, billowing thick, dark smoke into the pristine sky. These were not the elegant wooden vessels the Japanese were used to. These were monsters of iron, moving without sails, against the wind and tide, propelled by the deafening churn of steam engines. The locals called them the Kurofun, the black ships. Leading them was American Commodore Matthew Perry, with a simple, yet earth-shattering demand: open your country for trade, or face the consequences. Imagine the shock. For the average person, it was like seeing spaceships descend from the heavens. The noise alone was terrifying, the rhythmic pounding of the engines, the sharp blast of steam whistles, the thunderous roar of cannon fire, which Perry's fleet used to salute and demonstrate their power. This wasn't just noise, it was the sound of a new era, an industrial symphony of destruction and progress. It was a sound that announced the outside world, with all its power and ambition, had finally arrived at their shores. The carefully constructed silence of the shogun's reign was instantly rendered obsolete. The news raced to Edo Castle. How did the shogun and his court react to this unthinkable noise? Panic, confusion, and division. The shogun, Tokugawa Yoshi, was already in poor health, and the shock of the black ships reportedly worsened his condition, leading to his death shortly after. His government, the Bakufu, was thrown into chaos. For centuries, their power was based on maintaining the status quo, on keeping the outside world at bay. Now, the outside world was parked in their harbor, armed with technology they couldn't possibly match. Some argued for immediate resistance, to drive the barbarians out and preserve their honor. They believed any concession was a sign of weakness that would unravel the entire social fabric. Others, the realists, understood the immense technological gap. They had seen the cannons on Perry's ships, far superior to their own antiquated weaponry. They knew a fight would be a massacre. To them, the noise of the black ships wasn't just a threat, it was a wake-up call. They argued for negotiation, for compromise, for learning from these strange new visitors in order to one day stand as their equals. This single event, this deafening intrusion, fractured Japanese society. The shogun's authority, once unquestionable, was now openly debated. The unthinkable noise had exposed a critical weakness. It forced Japan to confront a question it had avoided for 2 centuries: could their silence protect them anymore? The answer was a resounding no. The arrival of Perry's black ships was the beginning of the end for the Tokugawa shogunate, and the start of a revolutionary period known as the Meiji Restoration, which would see Japan transform from an isolated feudal state into a global industrial power at an unprecedented speed. It all started with a sound, a noise so profound it didn't just break the silence, it shattered an entire world. Thanks for watching. If you're fascinated by these turning points in history, make sure to like and subscribe for more stories like this. See you next time.